In the early to mid-1800s, the American frontier represented a land of opportunity, freedom, and renewal. Across newspapers, letters, and stories shared by returning travelers, the West was depicted as a place where dreams could be realized. Fertile soil, abundant resources, and a chance for families to carve out a new life away from the crowded East. These messages ignited a powerful dream in thousands of Americans who were willing to leave behind their homes, possessions, and familiar lives for the uncertainty of the Oregon Trail. The journey began with hope and careful preparation. Families sold their homes, bought wagons, packed supplies, and purchased livestock, usually oxen or mules, to pull their wagons. Every detail mattered. Food had to last months, clothing had to withstand extreme weather, and tools were packed for building shelters and clearing land at the end of the journey. Despite meticulous planning, the trail demanded flexibility, resourcefulness, and constant vigilance. From the outset, the trail was both physically and emotionally demanding. Travel usually meant walking alongside the wagon for 10 to 15 miles a day, often over uneven terrain, through dust and heat, or in pouring rain. Children were particularly vulnerable to exhaustion and illness, and parents constantly worried about their safety. Water sources were unreliable, and contaminated streams led to outbreaks of diseases such as dysentery and cholera. These illnesses could spread rapidly, claiming the lives of pioneers in a matter of days. As families moved westward, they encountered obstacles that tested both endurance and problem-solving skills. Rivers needed crossing, sometimes requiring makeshift rafts or dangerous fording through strong currents. Wagons frequently broke under the strain of rough paths, forcing families to improvise repairs or abandon supplies to continue the journey. The loss of oxen, mules, or essential provisions could make survival precarious. Every decision carried weight, as a single misstep could jeopardize the lives of an entire family. The trail was also unpredictable in terms of weather. Scorching plains gave way to cold, mountainous regions where snow and ice made progress slow and dangerous. Storms could wash away bridges and destroy essential supplies, leaving travelers stranded. In the midst of these hardships, families were forced to maintain hope and support one another, knowing that turning back was rarely an option. Survival depended not only on physical endurance but on courage, planning, and sometimes sheer luck. Despite these challenges, the determination to reach Oregon remained strong. The promise of land, autonomy, and a better life drove pioneers forward, even as exhaustion and grief shadowed their daily progress. Many who embarked on the trail witnessed tragedy firsthand: friends or family members falling ill, livestock dying, and treasured possessions lost along the way. Yet for those who pressed on, every mile traveled brought them closer to the fertile valleys of the West, and the possibility of a new beginning. As pioneers approached the Rocky Mountains, the journey became even more arduous. Steep climbs, narrow paths, and unstable terrain demanded extraordinary effort. Wagons had to be carefully guided along cliff edges, and families often had to carry supplies manually across obstacles. The risk of injury or fatal accidents was constant, and the physical toll on both adults and children was immense. Despite these dangers, the sight of vast western valleys on the horizon inspired renewed determination and hope. Crossing rivers remained one of the most dangerous aspects of the trail. Sudden floods, swift currents, and hidden debris made fording extremely risky. Many families lost wagons, food, and livestock during river crossings. Such losses were devastating, as they threatened both survival and the ability to continue westward. Yet, the promise of fertile land and a fresh start pushed pioneers forward, and those who managed to navigate these challenges developed resilience, ingenuity, and a deep understanding of the land. Beyond physical hardships, pioneers also confronted the social and environmental consequences of westward expansion. Native American tribes, who had lived for generations in these regions, faced displacement as settlers claimed land for farming and homesteads. The influx of thousands of travelers disrupted ecosystems and reshaped landscapes, leaving a lasting impact on both people and the environment. Pioneers often encountered tensions with tribes, though some interactions were peaceful and involved trade and assistance. Nevertheless, the migration permanently altered the region and its inhabitants. Upon reaching the Willamette Valley and other parts of Oregon, the pioneers' trials were far from over. The labor-intensive task of clearing land, building shelters, and planting crops tested their endurance once again. Harsh winters, unpredictable weather, and the ever-present risk of disease made settlement difficult. Yet, families who persevered managed to establish farms and communities, learning to thrive in their new surroundings. The reward of survival, land ownership, and opportunity for future generations was profound, though achieved at a heavy cost. The Oregon Trail became a symbol of American determination, courage, and perseverance. For every family that survived, there were countless stories of struggle, loss, and resilience. The trail demanded physical strength, mental fortitude, and unwavering hope. Those who completed the journey carried with them not only the promise of a new life but also memories of hardship, ingenuity, and the enduring human spirit. The legacy of the Oregon Trail is one of both triumph and tragedy, a testament to the extremes of ambition and the realities of survival in a challenging and often unforgiving landscape.